Hey, how's it going guys? Klipche here with episode 3. So I've been doing a ton of offline mining, as you can see from my XP bar and all these goodies here in my inventory. And I'm down here and I was going after a little bit of ore and boom, I see this mossy stuff. So I was thinking, alright, I'll start a video right now, check out this mossy thing, and then I'll go offline a bit more to collect some more redstone and gold and come back and start the episode. So let's check out what's in here. I haven't looked yet, and I'm going to try to get in here a little bit safely. I've been told that you can get portal guns from chests and dungeons and stuff like this, so that's really what I'm hoping for. I think they changed the recipe of the portal gun to where you have to kill the wither, and I'm a long ways away from doing that, so here's hoping that we can find some pretty sweet loots in here. Oh man, let me get a little better positioning here. Wow, there's a lot of them in there. My goodness. I need to turn sounds on. Sound is all quiet. There we go. I should probably throw a torch down in there as soon as I can set them away. Stop some future spawnings. And so today, I'm hoping, well not hoping, we're going to be doing a bunch of ore processing, so I just gotta get some gold and some redstone, and then I can really start on the thermal expansion machines. And once we get those going, we can start some other things and probably get our base going up and get out of that little hole that we're living in right now. Oh, of course I would fall again. Ooh, I need to clean up some of my inventory so I can take some of this mossy stuff with me. I'd like to actually use all this mossy stuff for my paths between my buildings, but I don't know if if I'll be able to do that. That's a lot of what do you call it? Mossy stones that I would need to be able to pull that off. Alright, let me get this taken care of. What do we got? A logic matrix programmer. I don't know what that is, but it looks expensive, so I'm happy. What do we want to throw out? Flesh. Don't need flesh. I'll take 10. Knowledge fragment. I'll definitely take that. Ooh, what to get rid of? What don't I need? Ooh, arrow. I'll take cocoa beans. I love farming, so any type of seeds I am all about. Oh man, I hate throwing things away. What's useless? What's useless? I want to keep the cobblestone because I'm going to need to do some building. And do I have string? Nah. I could use the string to make wool, but we're going to grow a bunch of flax and it's not going to be necessary. Oh, whoa! Damn, got a fancy little helmet. Look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Man, I need to get an enchantment table pretty soon so I can take advantage of all this XP I've been getting. I definitely got some plans for using my first 30 XP, and I won't reveal what those plans are just yet, but you'll see soon in a couple episodes. Alright, let's see what's in these other chests. Ooh, enchanted book. Neat. Let's see, just get rid of... I guess I can... Ooh, a saddle. Nice. I can ride a pig later. That'll be fun. I don't really need that iron. Ooh, redstone. Definitely need that. Man, I really should have emptied my inventory before I came down here. I guess a sword. Don't need that. Music disc. I'll take that so I can jam out to some tunes later in my... I'll leave the axes. I can get more. Alright. Well, I'm going to do a bit more mining off camera and then I will be back to start the episode. See you in a little bit, guys. Alright, back from doing a bit of mining, and by a bit of mining I mean a lot of mining. As you can see, I'm over here at my old hole in the wall, and there's no more things in here. I had some run-ins with a creeper, and to be honest with you, I was looking for gold and redstone specifically. Sorry about that. Something in my throat. And I had a hard time finding gold. I tend to have a hard time finding gold, to be honest. And thermal expansion at the beginning does use a fair amount of gold, in my opinion, to get up and running. So I'd come up and down about 3 or 4 different times with a whole inventory load of ores and gems and all sorts of other things until I finally got enough gold that I think I can get up and running. And so I decided that this hole in the wall was just too small for me. So I went ahead and already started a starter house. This is just temporary. A lot of it's made of, well, I'll show you what it's made of. It's completely temporary. I just needed something up and running so that I could store all my goods so I could go back down and search for more gold. And so let's go take a look at it real quick. And I did a little hole through this mountain because I got tired of running up and down over everything. This place is littered. The whole little valley that I'm in is just potholes and hills and all sorts of things. And underneath me is the most gigantic cave network of resources, and it's just ever expanding. It's huge, and there's probably at least 30 or 40 different entrances down into the cave system in this little valley area, you know, because it's just massive. So I just went ahead and threw this up. It's a silly little hobbit mud hut, and I connected the, what do you call it, pieces of dirt, like, you know, oops, that's not dirt. Did a little connector of dirt like this so that the grass would grow up on top. And if you look on the mini map, it kind of has a cool look to it, I think, a little Mayan feel. So maybe I'll do something with that in the future for all my bases, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but this is temporary, and as you can see inside, I haven't done too much. Just a bunch of chests to collect all the different things I got. Oh, you can see I found 5 diamonds down there from one little node. I was hoping to find more than that, but that's my luck. Just a few items. Grabbed all that moss stone from that dungeon I showed you earlier. I still want to do something where I have mossy stone connecting my buildings. I think that'll look really nice. And so I'm just going to go ahead, and these are all the ores I got, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and off camera start processing these ores and these furnaces. It'll probably take a little while. Once I have them all processed down and all my items gathered up that I'm going to need for the builds we're going to do in this video, then I'll be back. Alright, see you in a little bit. And just like that, we're back. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a bunch of ores that are smelted down. Got me some smooth stone, some clay, some other things. I think I got just about everything I need. Probably have to do a few more smelting of ores if I run out of iron and whatnot, but for the most part, I think we're ready to go. Just to let you know, what I'm wanting to get around to today is I want to start thermal expansion. I want to increase the amount of ores I can process, and I want to get more out of my ores. Right now I'm getting a 1-for-1 ratio, and as cool as that is, it's just not that cool. And I'm blowing through a ton of coal. So I want to get some thermal expansion machines, specifically the powered furnace and the pulverizer. And I want to get the pulverizer up first, and when I get those going, I'm going to need to find a way to supply it with power. So we got some plans for some engines to do that. So the first thing I want to get around to building is the minion stone. Some of you are probably familiar with equivalent exchange from back in the day, and you got something called a philosopher's stone. This little nifty thing here, it's awesome. But as you can see, or you can't see, I'm hitting the recipe for it and it's not popping up. Alright, anyways, I'm not sure what the recipe is for the new philosopher's stone, but I do know what the recipe is for the minion shard, which I have already on my toolbar down there. You can see it all ready to go, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. This little guy, he's the predecessor to the philosopher's stone now. And it's a pretty simple recipe, just some shards of minion, which you get from killing creatures out and about. I have plenty of those. And an inert stone. This guy's made simply with a few pieces of stone in the corners, some gold in the middle, and surrounded by iron. Well, I have all that right now, so let's go ahead and get this made. We'll get our inert stone. Voila. surround this with some shards of minion. And we have our minion stone. This thing is pretty cool. If you're not sure what this is, the cool thing that this does for you is that it allows you to have a crafting table anywhere you go. All you have to hit is the C button and crafting table. I like this because I'm tired of building crafting tables all over. Whenever I start a new world and I'm out there exploring dungeons, there must be at least 10 or 15 crafting tables all through the dungeon and caves and stuff that I've been, so that at any moment I have one available. And it kind of gets boring get tedious doing that rather, and I much rather have this minion stone. Also, as you can see down there in the right hand corner, the minion stone can recognize what kind of source block it's looking at. Right here it says this can be turned into, or it's recognizing either the source block or the fact that this has an equivalent exchange value. So like if I hit the letter G, I believe it is. Oh, so the G there we go. G lets you cycle between what kind of block you want to be able to turn this into, I believe. And so we'll just do sand. Oops, wrong button. And if I right click, voila, it turns it to sand. And then I can cycle through again, there's stone, I can turn it to stone. So it's kind of a quick way to go through and maybe change my house to stone, because it's a little bit more sturdy, and since I have a problem with creepers apparently, I might need sturdiness. But we'll get back to some of that more in a little bit later. But for now, I want to focus on getting the first thermal expansion machine up and running, and that's going to be the pulverizer. Whoa, fingers are getting out of control here. That's this guy right here. And this takes a machine frame and a redstone reception coil, which will be new to a lot of you. The rest of it is just a normal piston. Everybody knows about pistons. Easy little recipe. Ooh, I hope I have some cobblestone left over. I smelted all my cobblestone into just regular stone, I think. I'll have to take a look. But anyways, back to the pulverizer. So it takes a machine frame, which is almost like the minion shard there, actually, to be honest, except for the iron's been rotated to the corners, and instead of using stone, now where the iron used to be, we have little pieces of glass. I haven't made any glass, but I did go out and collect some sand, so we'll be able to turn some and make some pretty easily. And the only other thing that's new is the redstone reception coil. And this, see, all these gold, I told you, this thermal expansion is very gold heavy in the beginning. But luckily there's some byproduct effects of pulverizing and smelting in thermal expansion that will yield us some gold. So for a reception recoil, we're going to need gold and then redstone on both sides of it in the corners. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on that right there. And I already know I'm going to need 3 of those reception coils, so I'm just going to get them out. I'm going to need one for the pulverizer, and I'm going to need one for the powered furnace, and then if I can get to in this episode, I'd like to be able to make a sawmill as well, and that's going to need one. So I'll just go ahead and get all 3 made, and then we'll about 3 machine blocks. We're going to need more, but that'll do fine for what I have in mind for this episode. And I believe this is the recipe. I'm back to cooking 4 again. My finger's a little too fast for what I want to do. Alright, 3 machine blocks. We've got 3 reception coils. So let's go ahead and look at that pulverizer recipe again. Okay, so it's a piston, some flint, and copper. Yeah, piston recipe, as you remember, is just some wood planks along the top, some cobblestone, which I should check to see if I have some iron, and redstone. So first, let's find some cobblestone, I hope. Oh boy. Oh boy. Cobblestone. I don't see any cobblestone. Of course. Let me just... Actually, here we go. Easy enough, huh? Oh yeah. Little let some air get into here. It was kind of smelling stale to begin with. So, oh, I definitely hit the wrong button there. I'm on the minion stone and I'm hitting C. It's opening up. That was weird. Not sure what's going on there. But anyway, so get this piston made. machine block, coil, and we needed flint and some copper. And we got a pulverizer. This thing is pretty awesome. I already laid out some sand over here. I'm thinking right here is going to be a decent enough spot. And the first thing you probably already notice is these colored blocks on the side of it. These are color coded to represent inputs and outputs and different things like that. And when you come in here, you can see over here in the configuration window that the colored on the outside line up with this. So this would be your top, the left, the right side, the bottom of the machine, and this one in the corner is the back of the machine. And if you look over here, these colors here will coordinate with the inputs and outputs. So when you put in your ore, like some of you are probably familiar with the macerator sounds better. Macerator, you'd put your ores in the macerator and it would create, you know, 2 dust of that ore, and then the 2 dust would go into, you know, your electric furnace, and then so you're getting a 2-to-1 ratio compared to the furnace that you made out of your cobblestone in the beginning. Well, this is the same concept. So your ores are going to come in through the blue. So anywhere you click on here, over here in the configuration, you can make the inputs, you know, however you want, you know, depending on how your piping system is laid out, you can completely configure it. And so the input will come in, the blue will come in here, and the dust will pop out over here in the red. And this red output right now is over here to the right. Now it's either going to output into some Buildcraft pipes, which is what you're going to want to use when you're connecting up to this, and you're going to want to use Buildcraft energy, but we'll get to that in a moment. So when it comes out this red output, it's either going to go into some Buildcraft pipes, or it can go out into an adjacent inventory. And what I mean by adjacent inventory is either I can, let me pop open my minion stone here again. I can do this, just make a simple little chest. And if I put that chest right there and I put in some ore, the dust that gets produced from here will immediately go into the adjacent open container because there's room in here. So this chest will get it. But that's not what I have planned. I don't want to do that just yet. I want my dust to go immediately into the powered furnace. So we're going to need to get ourselves a power furnace here. Let's open up our minion stone and we'll look at a furnace. Right here. So this looks a lot like the pulverizer we just made. We got some, instead of a piston up top, we got ourselves some redstone. We still have our copper, coil, our machine block, and now instead of flint, we have some bricks. And we're like, huh, well, we don't have any bricks. Well, I went out and collected some clay, and one of the cool tricks of equivalent exchange, you know, the name implies equivalent exchange. So there's like an EMC value that's associated with everything in the game. A cobblestone, for example, is worth 1 EMC. A piece of dirt is worth 1 EMC. So that's why when I go over and I highlight my minion stone onto those dirt, I was able to change them to sand, dirt, cobblestone, and what have you, because they all have this equivalent exchange, the same EMC value. Well, I can take my minion stone, throw it into the crafting room here, put in a piece of clay, and look, I immediately get 4 pieces of gravel. So 1 piece of clay is worth 4 MC. Not completely sure why. So I'm going to throw these in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just make up as many bricks as I can with what I've got. Alright. Let's use up the rest of this. That'll do it. Don't think we have enough clay for any more anyways. Oh, I need to stop throwing my minion stone in here. And as you can see, my minion stone here is taking a bit of damage. There's a durability bar associated with it. So every time I start making recipes and using it to switch one item to another item, it's going to take a little durability loss, so keep that in mind. Alright, so we need to put some bricks here. Put that there, my machine block. We're going to need some redstone on top and copper along the bottom. Oh, I already know what I did wrong. I need to turn these into the bricks that we saw in there to get those right there. Alright, now we're good to go. Don't need you, we need you. And my machine block, and then some copper. And we got our powered furnace. And I'm just going to go ahead and plop this guy right here. And so now I'm going to reconfigure this. And I'm going to make this blue again. This is going to be my output. And so I'm going to have some piping coming in this way to put my ores in. And, you know, I'm trying to think. I'm going to just be dumping in. I don't even know if I need an input actually right now. Because nothing's going to actually be feeding this ores except for... Well, actually, you know what? Take that back. And by the way, if you right-click on this, it'll disable that. Or, no. Oh, right-click just cycles through in opposite direction. Left-click goes the other direction. So anyways, I'm going to put that back to disabled. And I'm actually going to make my top the input, because I'm gonna actually put hoppers on top of all these so that I can just throw in a lot of goods and you know, let it take care of itself. It's kind of an early solution for not being automated. I'll keep my output to the right. I have it just automatically feed into that powered furnace of ours. You might be asking yourself, what is this slot? Well, earlier I hinted at the fact that thermal expansion creates these byproducts, and with this, just for example, like if I start pulverizing up a bunch of copper or iron, they have the chance, it's like a 10% chance to not only create the 2 dust from the copper, but also create a 10% chance of creating a bit of gold dust. And that's kind of nice because, like I said, I have a hard time finding gold, and if I can get a little bit of gold from pulverizing iron and copper, then that's really awesome. And I'm not sure exactly which ores give you what byproduct. And I'm sure once I start pulverizing some stuff here in a minute, we'll start seeing some byproducts and figure it out pretty quickly. But, you know, that's what that is. And so I'm going to want my byproducts also getting smelted. So now we're going to need to get power to these. Right now they're completely useless, and I have a lot of ores I want to get mining. So we're going to need to get some buildcraft piping to get electric over here, and then we're going to need something to produce electric. And I'm thinking steam right off the bat. And we can take a look at some of our different steam options here. We got the hobbyist steam engine, which I really like. We have the commercial steam engine, the industrial steam engine, and just a regular old steam engine. And if we look at the hobbyist steam engine, just take some glass, some gold nuggets, which are just, you get like 9 per gold ingot, and you just throw that gold ingot into the crafting table and pop out these. Glass piston, which we know we can make, and some gold plate gears. These might be new to you. The recipe for these are some more gold nuggets, and you can see why now I spent so much time mining for gold. And a stone gear. This kind of looks a little bit different. And this is just, you know, some pieces of cobblestone around a wood gear. And wood gear is just a few sticks. So I think I'm going to go with a hobbyist steam engine. So I'm going to want to get about 3 of these up and running. That'll be enough to probably take care of 2 pulverizers, 2 powered furnaces, a sawmill, and what have you. So we're going to go ahead and get 3 pistons made up. We're going to need to use up a whole gold ingot for just the nuggets here. And we're going to need 4 times 3, 12. So we're going to take 3 ingots and to get a bunch of nuggets and make some stone gears. So let's get started on that. I already know I'm going to need probably 27 of these easily. We're going to want to get gears going. So how many gears did we need? We're going to want 3, so we're going to need 6 gears. I'm going to need more sticks. And gears are pretty cheap and easy to make. And more cobblestone. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to use my minion shard here to get me some cobblestone. Haha. Thank you, brain. And we're going to surround these guys with some cobblestone. Ooh, I'm going to need more cobblestone. So we need... I love equivalent exchange. And I really like the changes that the mod developer has made on it. If you guys used it before, equivalent exchange was so OP. It was overpowered to the nines. And I, like many others, kind of found myself just relying on equivalent exchange to get all my resources. And after a while, I started feeling like, I mean, it's cool and all, but man, it has made the game so easy. Well, the mod developer has completely overhauled the game, rewritten everything, and it's a whole different mod. And it doesn't really have that same feel that I was feeling before, which I'm happy about. Alright, so we got our stone gears here. Where are our other gears? Oh. I should have probably just done that at the same time, but I got lost in thought there. Alright. Go ahead and surround these guys with some gold nuggets. And I only need 6. I'm not going to waste my gold resources right now. Lord knows I don't have enough of them. And we got our gold-plated gears. And we're going to need some pistons, so let's go ahead and get that going. Planks, wood planks. And I'm just running out of everything already. Awesome. I got some wood though. I am ready. That's bugging me still. I'm going to have to do some research off camera to figure out what the heck that's about. It's probably something easy and you guys are just laughing. Alright, so cobblestone around the sides. And I think some iron. Ooh. What am I doing? There we go. It's like, wait a second. I know this recipe for a piston. Okay, so we got pistons made, we got our gold plated. Let's see what else we needed. We need glass, nuggets, gold plated, piston, and I'm pretty sure we got all that. Ooh, I need more glass, but I figured I'd need some more glass, so I started smelting a bunch of it. You are irritating me. Alright, so do we need more gold nuggets, I think? Yeah, because we need them all along the top. Insane amount of gold nuggets. And what was down here? Oh, my memory. It's going in my old age. Pistons. Who got those made right there? Alright. So now I'm not sure how I want to place the steam engines. I know I want them over here. I'm not sure if I want to place them kind of like that, and then just have... I want to power... Here, Enderman. Whoa! Hello. If I just ignore you, you disappear. This is creepy. Okay, so let's focus. So these things are going to have power coming out, and then I'm going to have the power maybe coming out like this. But I'd have to figure out, do I want to power underneath these, or do I want to power above? I kind of I'm thinking about having the pipes run along the bottom, having the items to come out the bottom, and then maybe I could just power these up through the top. That's easy enough. Yeah, and then I can build my water down below in the basement, which would be better. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh no. What happened? Huh? I'll tell you what happened. These are just kind of idiots. They don't ever go in the way you want them, so for us to fix that, we are going to have to craft us up a wrench. Maybe if I just... I don't know. I need to disable something, I think. So a wrench. I'm pretty sure it's just some pieces of iron. Thought it was something like that. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? Haven't made one of these in a while. Oh, piece of iron and a stone gear. Oh, we know how to make stone gears, so that should be pretty easy. And, luckily for us, we already have one. Voila, a wrench. And with the little right-click smack of this, we can change, and we can change where they're facing. But you see how it's not going up the way we want it? That's because we don't actually have any power cables there for them to connect to, so it doesn't intuitively know what I am thinking in my head. It's just like derpy, derpy, derpy. I'm going back and forth from the two things that are touching me. So we need to go ahead and get ourselves some what do you call it? Buildcraft pipes for power. And gold conductive, that's what I'm thinking. So let's see here, gold right here, gold conductive piping, and we got some gold transport piping and some gold and waterproof piping. And I'm actually going to need to make the gold and waterproof pipings right now as well. And I haven't found cactus, but that's okay. Thanks to our minion stone, we can get around that. And right here we have gold transport. We'll use these for transporting items between the powered furnace and chests and all that. And they're just like cobblestone or stone transport pipes, but they're accelerated. They'll send your items much quicker. But I'm not going to make those right away because I'm already having problems with gold, so we'll just stick with stone transport pipes for now. But this is what we came here to make, the golden conductive pipes. So we're going to need a little bit of redstone, a gold transport pipe, and a gold transport pipe is just a couple ingots on around some glass. I'm good to go. And I'm looking over here, I'm already going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'll move these over one space, then that way I can just make the least amount, I can use the least amount of gold as I can right now. It's all about efficiency, right? So let's go ahead and get those placed back down. So we're gonna 1, 2. If I wanted to really save space, I could just put them right here. But I think I'll have them along this wall at least. So I'll go ahead and put my pulverizer here, power furnace here. Alright. Let's get some more glass. Get our... And I'll just do this because I'm going to need 8 more for the gold and waterproofing piping anyways. So then... I am just misclicking like crazy today. We'll take these guys, split them in half, throw some of these in here, voila. Got ourselves some golden conductive piping. And we'll just place these right along here. You can see they're just connecting right away. And then we'll run these along the top. And now those are connected. Good and good. And we still need to throw these steam hobbyist engines the right direction. So light little click. Oh, derp. I know it's wrong. You need to have, before the golden conductive pipes won't actually connect to your engines, you need to connect the engines to a conductive wooden pipe first and then have them go into there. So we can take care of that very quickly. Wooden transport. And we'll just put some redstone, conductive wooden piping. That's what we need. So I'll just go ahead and break these. I'll connect these up with the wooden ones, and then the next time I click with, see how this, like, you can see that connected. And when we go ahead and right click with these, it connects. And we're just gonna go ahead and put our golden conductive pipes. We'll break that. Have these guys come over like that. It's not the prettiest, but I'm just trying to stay very compact and save on resources for now. In the future, we'll make this much more complicated and much cooler looking. But for now, these are now connected. Those are good. So to get these running, we're going to need to supply this with a bit of coal and water. And how this works is when you fill this up with a fair amount of water and place coal in here, the coal will start to heat up the water. And when the water gets to a certain temperature, right over here, it'll start producing steam. And that steam will power up these engines. And so all you have to do is connect a bit of redstone signal to these engines to get them going. But before we do that, we are going to want to get some water into them. And I could just build an infinite water source and take some iron and get some buckets going and just do it manually, but I really don't like doing things manually, so let's just not even waste any time doing that. Let's just get ourselves an aqueous, oh man, I can't even remember what the thing's called. Aqueous something, right here. An aqueous accumulator. We'll be able to build an infinite water pool down in my basement and hook this thing in between two water source blocks. And it will just act as a perfect infinite water source and a pump, and it'll push up some water into our machines. And it's a much better method than building an infinite water source and then placing a buildcraft pump above it. And then you got to hook more engines onto that, redstone engines, just to pump it, and it's a whole mess. This is so much easier. It's awesome. I don't think you have to worry about as much about the chunks in the world loading and having the water not work and your engine's blowing up. So this is the route we're going to go. And to get this, we're going to need a machine block and a pneumatic servo, piece of glass, some tin, and a bucket. Pneumatic servo is just 2 pieces of iron, glass, and redstone. So let's build that first. 2 pieces of glass, some iron. I'm going to need to... I hope I'm not out of iron. I don't think I am. I think I have more to smelt. And was it this? Yes. And I think I needed iron for this part. No, tin. Awesome. Put our machine block in there. Some glass. Ooh, I need to build a bucket though first. I am going to need some iron. Okay, I think I can build a bucket like this. There we go. Where'd my pneumatic servo go? There we go. And what else did we need for this? Tin, servo, glass, bucket. There's my tin. And we get an aqueous accumulator. I like this guy a lot. I have this really giant epic build for when I really want to start pumping out some energy. I like to use combustion engines, oil, gasoline. I want to go that route. And I have a huge combustion engine setup build that I like, and it's resource heavy to build. I mean, I need gold, diamond gates, and I need a lot of them because I use probably over 20 combustion engines in the design easily. And my problem was always that the world chunks didn't load very well for my water, and my combustion engine would overheat. No matter how well I set up my logic gates for them not to explode, they would always explode, and I'd have a big old crater of a mess. But anyways, that's a subject for another time. So I'm gonna need to get this guy up and running pretty quickly here. And so I'm just gonna come down here. Ooh, first I need to go get some water. And do I have enough? I want to grab a couple buckets of water so I don't have to make multiple trips. You know what? I'll just cut out here. I'll go grab a couple blocks of water and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I just realized how long I have recorded past 30 minutes here. And so I'm going to cut this episode here. I've went out, got some water, and in episode 4 we'll go ahead and finish up this system by connecting the water to it, get the red power flowing through and start processing these ores. And then I've got some other things planned for the next episode. We'll be definitely getting the sawmill going. We'll probably make a diamond drill maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I definitely want to upgrade all my chests here to iron chest, and I want to start working on plans for things with project tables and whatnot. So, thanks for watching episode 3, and have a good day.